everyone. Hello, America. Today has been a very unusual day, a very special day, November the 7th. First, I'm going to start by announcing that we have our president, which is Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, who has been announced today. And the massive crowds are just erupt with celebration going all over. And I'm going to give you guys a little brief because I want to catch up on some of the few little things that happened and how did we get here this far. And eventually, we're going to be bringing in a couple of audience from different sides because we want to dialogue what is going on with the left, what is going on with the right. Was this probably the final and the confirmed presidency as we would know? Or is there still more to come? So let's get to the point. And so starting off with the presidency on the election day, November the 3rd, as you guys probably remember, all media mainstream have lifted up and turned on their television, and it was all about the election 2020. It was the most busiest time of all the media mainstream, including the ones overseas, like China in Focus, NTD, Al Jazeera, D and W, and here in the United States, of course, you have the CNN, Fox News, all of the media mainstream, you know.
A historic moment in this election. We can now project the winner of the presidential race.
This is a Fox News special report.
Winning the White House and denying President Trump a second term. We're able to make this projection because CNN projects Biden wins Pennsylvania. The former vice president in his third run for the highest office, pulling off a rare defeat of a sitting commander-in-chief. With this victory, Kamala Harris is set to become the first woman and the first person of color to be the vice president.
Can now project become the 46th president of the United States.
NBC News now projects that Joe Biden has won the Keystone State, Pennsylvania, and its 20 electoral votes.
Joe Biden has won the U.S. presidential election after sealing victory in the battleground state of Pennsylvania.
The BBC projects that he's crossed the threshold of 270 electoral college votes needed with a win in the state of Pennsylvania.
Joe Biden is president-elect.
Again, CNN projects Joe Biden will become the 46th president of the United States.
Biden is being called with the Pennsylvania votes that have just come in.
And Jake, he is now president-elect.
Everyone else was online, mostly conservatives online, speaking on what their side perspective is on what's going on with the election, and then also the liberals who, what their side of the perspective is as well. So as you guys could tell, America has gone through many different battlegrounds, okay? Whether the media is portraying their own different views, with the numbers in a poll looking different in every single channel, and also the people themselves with their view of the far left and the far right. And continuing on, as it was predicted in the past, of course, Donald Trump's been saying this is going to be the most fraud and the most delayed election
As far as the ballots are concerned, it's a disaster. A solicited ballot, okay, solicited is okay. You're soliciting, you're asking, they send it back, you send it back. I did that. If you have an unsolicited, they're sending millions of ballots all over the country. There's fraud. They found them in creeks. They found some with the name Trump, just happened to have the name Trump just the other day in a waste paper basket. They're being sent all over the place. They sent 2 in a Democrat area. They sent out 1,000 ballots. Everybody got 2 ballots. This is going to be a fraud like you've never seen. The other thing, it's nice on November 3rd, you're watching and you see who won the election. And I think we're going to do well because people are really happy with the job we've done. But you know what? We won't know. We might not know for months because these ballots are going to be all over.
Which we have witnessed. November the 7th today is the day they announced the president. So what have we witnessed throughout the last few days? Of course, watching the states turn red or blue, and then Arizona being called and then being recalled again, and Donald Trump recalling Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Arizona for a recount as well, and also lawsuits being put in place as well. to identify if all the votes were legitimately legal or they were illegal. And any count that might have came in after the election, as we all know, the traditional American election each year is on the night of the election is when usually a president would be announced. So this election alone in 2020 has been completely different, where we have to wait for all the counts to be counted in. We have to wait for all the other stuff that are coming out on the surface as well, which now we have the litigations and all the fraud reports that are coming in with, like I said earlier, with Donald Trump continuing the lawsuit and taking it to court. So as this battle continues, of course, if you guys witnessed, Joe Biden today takes the presidency, and Donald Trump will not be speaking tonight, of course. As he mentioned a few times, he will not walk away with defeat.
I'd like to promise and pledge to all of my voters and supporters and to all of the people of the United States that I will totally accept the results of this great and historic presidential election if I win.
He's going to continue with the lawsuit. He's going to continue to bring forth and dig up all these fraud and the things that has been predicted throughout the entire election. And who knows, more surprises ahead as, you know, Biden and Kamala Harris enjoy the White House with the rest of the Obama team coming in. And in the meanwhile, the court is looking at all the evidence that's been reported. Donald Trump is still fighting this. So as you guys all could tell, he is definitely not backing down. And the people are a little extreme. So far left definitely got their opinion and they're fighting their ground. Far right definitely have their opinion and also fighting their ground. So who's get to celebrate tonight is all the Biden voters and the far left liberals. So we'll see if this victory that Donald Trump is pushing through will prevail in court. What's going to happen then? Will this election be turned around? You know, it's mind-blowing what could possibly happen with this election.
And I know you won't accept it because of your hateful biases, but let's see if you can try thinking rationally. The poll? Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by?
CNN projects Joseph R. Biden Jr. is elected the 46th president of the United States.
Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law. Judges don't count. All the networks thought Biden was going to win by 10%. Gee, what happened? Come on, don't be ridiculous. Networks don't get to decide elections. Courts do.